Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. It's been a while, but I'm so glad to be back. Today I'm going to be doing a video that I've been seeing going around a lot on the internet, and it's like a January review of my notebooks and of my 2025 system. Granted, I am a little bit late since we're already in February now, like we're well into February, I guess we could say. But nevertheless, I did want to show you how my books went for me in January and what has changed. So yeah, let's get into the video. I thought we could start firstly with all of the notebooks that I said I would be using for 2025. So here we do have, I haven't got all of them in the middle, but I will show you right now. So I've got my media journal, actually I'm gonna firstly just say the brands of the notebooks. So we've got the Owls Journal, the Hobonichi Cousin, and the Traveler's Notebook system, including the calendar and the weekly. And then we also had the Hobonichi Weeks, which was going to be my Japanese journal. I'm already giving you some spoilers now. And then what else? I think, oh yeah, I did mention that my everyday carry was going to be this passport size TN, and I also said, apologies for the noise, that I would be continue using my rings as my commonplace book. So yeah, as you can see, that is a lot of journals. So I think I'm already going to start moving them out of the way, although I think they're fine. Yeah, so long story short, I have simplified my 2025 lineup a little bit, not by a lot, but I thought, yeah, we could get into it. So let's just start with the Hobonichi Weeks. Yeah, I'm going to show you how much I used these notebooks before I reveal how my system has like minimized itself. So yeah, this was going to be my Japanese journal. I even pre-decorated it a little bit, and yeah, I started tracking how often I was kind of clocking in to this journal, and yeah, so I used it a little bit, not as much as I would have liked, but I did plan on catching up on it until I suffered from an ink spillage, which if you follow me on Patreon, you will know how much I suffered when this happened. Yeah. Yep. So that's how much it suffered. And long story short, Sato, my husband, my partner, he is going to be taking ownership of this notebook now. Yeah, it's really sad because I got it in the Hobonichi store in Tokyo and everything. But to be honest, Sato had his eye on it already when I picked it up. And his 2024 one, he had it in black gingham. It's coming to an end. Like there's only like one February calendar left and it's finishing. So he's going to be using this one. And to be honest, it was kind of stressing me out, like the fact that I was behind in it anyway. But yeah, so that's one notebook that has left my system. Then we've got the Filofax. I don't know why I couldn't get my words out. Yeah, we've got my Filofax, which I feel like I haven't showed you guys in a while because I actually haven't been in it for a while. Yeah, but this will still be part of my lineup, and I will just dip into it when I feel like I want to. So that's just a very quick one, to be honest. Yeah, the contents haven't really changed. But yeah, I mean, this will stay in my system, but I'm going to move it out of the way because it's not something I dip into regularly. this for me is an interesting one. So my everyday carry, my Passport TN, I think I got a little bit of ink on the band, but that's not a big deal. Plus it looks a bit more worn in as well, which is cool. I actually was chucking this in my bag, and yeah, I thought I would be okay with it, but it's kind of getting a bit dusty, and I don't really like the texture of dust on my journal. Yeah, but it's fine. Yeah, so I think I can show you guys how I was using it. Was there anything I don't think there's really anything confidential. I might have to blur a bit out just in case. But yeah, I was just using it as like a bullet journal, and because it's so small, it was like perfect just to have in my bag, in my Uniqlo bag, the one that I always talk about. So I would use it a lot when I was at school and stuff, like where I work. And I even like did some sketches. I tried to plan out some printables, which I haven't really started. But yeah, that is it really. But the reason why I said that this is an interesting one, it's because I'm actually going to be replacing this with a Hobonichi Weeks, because unfortunately I really miss the Weeks so much, and this is like my hobby, and it really improves my mental health and my overall enjoyment of life. So, oh, sorry, I think the light came off. So yeah, I got this Hobonichi Weeks from eBay. Yeah, sorry if it's a bit darker, it's because my desktop just went to sleep. But yeah, how cute is it? It's by the artist Hiroko Kubota, and apparently he uses acrylic gouache, etc., to draw landscapes, people, and animals. Oh, and she uploads her artwork regularly to her Instagram. Yeah, I really love how whimsical and sweet her artwork is, and it inspires me a lot. It really does. I think I got some washi tape stuck on the back. But I love the cherry blossom petals in the back of the notebook as well. And as you can tell, it's not a mega, it's just a normal sized Weeks. And this is replacing, oh, I just had a noise. This is replacing my Passport TN, because I don't know, yeah, like I said, it's my hobby, and sometimes the choices I make don't have much of an explanation, unfortunately, as much as I try to find one. But yeah, I just really missed my Weeks. And spoiler alert, I did buy a Tragan cover. I will show you when it arrives. I've just been really like drooling over how Adri from Adri Logs, I can't speak, how she accompanies, no, how she uses her Tragan cover with her Weeks. I love it, as well as Cara plans. I love her system. And I also saw that Chris from Ella Nim is using one, and I'm drooling over them. Yeah, so I did get my hands on one, and I will be taking it around with me in this notebook. And I really feel like journaling in the notes, but in the past I filled up the notes really quickly, so I might end up, oh, it's really noisy out there, I might actually get some of the memo books by Hobonichi and keep them in the back. But I mean, that is a thing in the future, like I don't need to worry about that now. And I love Adri. If you're watching this, I saw in one of her videos how she decorated her memo books, like she actually like redesigned the cover, and I love that idea, so I might do that when I get some. So yeah, really inspired by her videos. And yeah, okie dokie. My my media journal, which I don't believe I've showed on YouTube. I've only showed it on Patreon. This is going really well. So I've decorated the January calendar with the media that I consumed. One highlight being Hometown Cha Cha Cha. If you know me in real life, I keep going on about it because it's just so cozy. And yeah, it has been truly lovely journaling in this notebook. I don't believe I'm in frame, which sucks. I'm really sorry about that. And I've got a little bit of catching up to do, which is not a big deal. I've caught up I've got Friday, Saturday and Sunday from this week to write about, and then I'm just going to print off all the pictures at once and write this little description of how the week went. But yeah, I'll do another quick flip through in frame. But it's truly a pleasure journaling in this notebook. It's so pretty. It's so funny because I feel like I'm going for a really colourful kind of approach, and it doesn't really match the cover as much, but who cares? I mean, I feel like I'm journaling. I've got many different tastes, and I'm kind of like, I'm basically living different I don't know, like different, I'm just exploring different styles, I guess, and different tastes that I have in my notebooks. But I think I will leave the Hobonichi cousin for last. But yeah, another notebook that has been really working for me in January is my calendar, my doodle calendar. I really love how I decorated the cover of this notebook. But yeah, January went really well, like in the calendar. Yeah, it was so much fun. I posted it on Instagram, so you might have seen it already. And yeah, I need to catch up on it a little bit, but not very much at all. This cat is not proportionate at all. But that is fine. Yeah, very, very fun. I'm excited because I just feel like I'm not gonna get bored of this anytime soon, along with the media journal, which is really exciting for me because I don't believe I've ever finished a notebook before, like a journal before, so apologies. That was Sato. Yeah, and I've got a couple things in the pockets. Like I've got this little stamp rally passport from Traveller's Company. I was only missing one stamp to get a limited edition sticker. And like a cute postcard, some washi tapes. And then I've got this insert, which is honestly just for fun. Like this is the packaging for I believe it's almost like a good luck charm that my father-in-law got me in Japan during the new year. He got it from a temple and it came in this packaging. I believe it was this packaging because there were 2 packets, but yeah, and I just love how simple it is. I was gonna decorate this bit a bit more, and then I got this from a pamphlet that I was saving from Japan also. But yeah, like I said, like this is like a really special hobby of mine. Also, this cover, I feel like, is very inspired by Adri as well. I love how she decorated her cousin. I feel like I'm really channeling like the cover that she used in her Hobonichi cousin, which I love. So yeah. You may notice that the weekly vertical is not in there at the moment. And that is because, unfortunately, at least for the time being, it's not part of my lineup anymore. And I was just doing like weekly doodles. This stamp is from Elanim. I was just doing weekly doodles and I really loved how they turned out, but they were a lot of pressure, I have to say, like to do at the end of the day. Like I just didn't really feel like it, but I love how they look. And yeah, that's when I stopped. It was like on the week starting the 20th of January, I stopped. But yeah, I may just use the rest of this booklet just for like fun, just like pasting ephemera, kind of like I did last year. I did mess up the dates, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. I do love how I decorated this cover though, and I used one of my stickers. But I love this Hours Journal sticker, and this sticker by a Japanese artist. I wish I remembered her name. She's so talented. Let me know in the comments if you know her name. Yeah, and then lastly is the Hobonichi cousin. She is very special. She is a juicy one. Like, she's pretty hefty and a bit tricky to catch up on. But the thing is, at this point, I'm not trying to catch up. I'm just trying to, you know, dip in to this notebook whenever I see fit, whenever I feel like it, whenever it fits into my day, and however it fits into my day. So yeah, I do feel like I have quite a few blank spots, but also not that many, but quite a few. And did I write it down here? Next week, so the 10th of February, aka tomorrow, I'm going to be experimenting with trying out a system that's inspired by Umino. I will link her YouTube down below. I consume a lot of content by the Japanese journaling community. I just think they're so talented, and I love Japan, so you can imagine how much I love Japanese journaling videos also. So I am going to be trying out her system next week, and I actually pre-decorated today, tomorrow and the day after, and I use this tape. By the way, I could be wrong, but I think this tape is by Classicy, and I love it a lot. Okay. And basically what I was thinking is to, yeah, like try out this system by Umino, the lovely Umino, where I talk about like the weather, highest temperature, lowest temperature of the day, how I slept, how I'm feeling, what I ate that day, because I am still working on eating a little bit healthier because I do eat sweet treats, like, yeah. Anyway, I don't like to talk about food much, but it's not very balanced. Like, I eat mostly sweet treats. And then also I want to track a bit of my spending, and whether I went to the gym or not, because I joined the gym recently, and I went for 1 week, 2 days of 1 week, and then I got ill and I haven't been since, so I'm gonna go tomorrow. Anyway, I'm gonna be tracking everything in here. And then this is like, I just anticipated that I wasn't gonna have a photo, or I would feel like doodling on these days, but I can use the Muji calendar in the upper corner, or I can paste in a photo from the day or a doodle from the day, and then at the bottom there's some space to do a bit of journaling from the day, or any like plans, notes or whatever. And I could even practice some Japanese, because I've just realized like I can do my Japanese studies in my journals as well, and it's a lot more like less pressureful, you know. So it's really cool, like this space here. Like I can always do some minimal decorating as well, but I can use it for whatever I want. And this immediately makes the page less overwhelming in my Hobonichi cousin. So let me know what you guys think. I think it's really fun. Like, I believe Umino, she uses a Hobonichi A6, so it also works really well in that format from what I've seen. But I think in the cousin, it works really well, like if you want to make the space a little less overwhelming. Like, actually it's not overwhelming at all now for me. And yeah, I can use my stickers and my ephemera and my washi, like to do a little bit of decorating as well, which is very fun. So we'll see. Who knows? Maybe that's something I will do for the rest of the year. Or, to be honest, I love the format of the cousin so much, and the weeks. If I can find her. I don't know where she's gone. Where's my weeks gone? I can't find her. Okay, she's here. And the weeks, that I'm totally okay with just playing around this year with all the different ways of using it. Like, I think it would be so much fun. Yeah, I think it would be so much fun to just try out all the different possibilities, because our community is so cool. And you know, whatever country our community is based in, like, I love, you know, many ways that Western people document things, as well as people from Japan and Korea, Taiwan. Anyway, I'm drooling right now. So yeah, just a heads up, my system, like all the systems that I'm trying out, are probably going to change a lot in my books. Like especially the weeks and the cousin, because it's just such a fun format to play around in, and I love how the community uses it. So I'm just going to be like a little kid and have a lot of fun. At least that is what I'm predicting. And then lastly, as you can see, I journaled a lot. This was like my first page that I actually filled in quite recently because I was in Scotland. I keep saying the same thing, but it's true. I was in Scotland for New Year's, so I caught up on this page recently. And I was using the Lamy Safari, and I've got a waterproof ink in it, the one that spilled everywhere. It wasn't the ink's fault. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't feel like it works very well with this pen. Just to let you know, it's this sketch ink. Yeah, it's this sketch ink. I don't love how it works with this pen. It doesn't make the writing experience all that fun, which has affected how much I enjoy writing in the cousin, unfortunately. But yeah, and I don't love the color that I picked for the packaging. I don't know. I think I do like the color, but I just think it's so bold that I think I've just grown tired of it, which is so silly. It's so silly because it's a nice color, but I just got a bit, like, I kind of wish I got a black or a white or a neutral, just so that I wouldn't get tired of the color. But it is a nice color, don't get me wrong. I'm just a little bit tired of it, but because I've just been seeing it for ages. But anyway, I'm talking about so many creators that I love. Nikki Kaigi, I love her videos very much. She has no idea how much I've been binging them. And she's been raving about the Pilot High-Tech C collector. I think that's what it's called. I don't know where to get a hold of that in the UK. And I've noticed that many Japanese creators also use that type of pen. At least I'm not actually that I'm not that, how can I say well clued with, like, I don't know that much about pens, to be honest. So but I just noticed that they use a lot of pens with very thin nibs. And anyway, a lot of people also use the Uniball Jetstream, the one that comes when you order from Hobonichi, from the Hobonichi store. So anyway, I'm going to be using this pen for journaling from now on. Like, just I'm thinking just in these notebooks for the most part, like the weeks and the cousin, because I love to see how other people use thin nibs, and I just like how it's more, you can see a little bit over here, like it's just a lot more light and airy, a bit more laid back, and it's just more enjoyable, to be honest, to write with this than the other one right now. So yes, the only problem is that in the UK, I don't know how to get the refills for this. So I'm actually going to have to get them from the Hobonichi store, like in bulk. like in the future, like when I next order from there, because I think this will last for a while. And also I've ordered some other pen bodies from eBay, just because I love the different colors as well. But yeah, I need to actually get the refills because I don't want to be wasteful. But anyway, so that is the end of this video. I am changing accents. So yeah, let's just put all the notebooks in here in the middle that I am now using. Like, you know, I'm checking in every day. I mean, I haven't used this one yet. But yeah. So definitely these three, and definitely this one, because I get a lot of use of my everyday carry. I get a lot of use of it because I need to note down, you know, things that I'm doing at work, and in life in general. And yeah, like I said, these are going to be for like a lot of experimenting, a lot of like trying out systems from like the Hobonichi Techo website. I love how they show, you know, the different like ways that you can use it. And yeah, and these two are so achievable for me. And this one too, just sometimes the pages can be overwhelming, but with and also sometimes I don't always want to talk about feelings so much, or like things about the day, because I can be quite tired. Sometimes I just want to draw or talk about something different, that's not related to things that I would put in a journal per se. So yeah, these are going to be like my places to have a lot of fun and try out different ways of documenting and planning. And yes, and then my doodling and my media journaling. So yeah, so that is how it went in January, and this is how my lineup. Sorry, my camera just cut off. So as I was saying, this is how my notebooks went in January. This is how I used them in January and how things went, as well as how my lineup has, you know, slimmed down by quite a bit, I would say. Not, you know, super much, but quite a bit. But yeah, I hope you have a lovely rest of the week. Before I go, I do want to say that I want to try and upload more on Sundays again, because I miss the routine and I miss talking to you guys. And yeah, I feel like there was more that I did want to say. Yeah, I think this evening, maybe I will start setting this up a little bit, although there isn't that much to set up. But oh yeah, so here I would like to track where the camera just cut off again. I'll basically be tracking how often I go to the gym and stuff, so I think I'm gonna start using that, and then also I will backfill a little bit just for funsies, and I can just play around with different layouts whilst I do that as well. But yeah, that's it pretty much. I will go because this keeps cutting out, but I hope you have a lovely rest of your week, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.